everybody, welcome to Drive Thru Review 549. Today we're going to take a look at Seven Wonders Duel Pantheon. Now this is an expansion to the original Seven Wonders Duel. This is the first expansion, and this kind of adds religion to the game. So let's just go ahead and jump in and take a look at some of the new mechanics and new cards that you get with this, and then I'll tell you what I think of it. Okay, so here we're going to see some of what we get in the expansion, as well as some stuff from the base game, of course. Now the first thing to know is this board up here. You kind of open this up here and then attach it to that main board. And I got some examples here of some of the new science tokens, and you have these new wonders that you can build, which I'll talk about. One thing that you'll do is you actually take out the guild cards from age 3 there, and you're going to shuffle in 3 of these, and these are going to give you different bonuses, kind of like a set collection type of thing. So if I have one of these at the end of the game, it'll be worth 5 points. If I have 2 of these cards, it'll be 12, and then 3 will be 21, which is a lot of points. And it's just random in terms of the number of resources you can get, as well as you can see you can actually get them for free for some of these special tokens. Well, how do you get those tokens? Well, the tokens are here on the board, or on the pyramid of cards. So we can take a look. Now these are face down, and when you have to reveal one of these cards at the end of your turn, let's say we took the second of these cards, we would reveal this card, then that means this token that was on there will be revealed, and this will come to you, and you will have this token. So not only can you buy possibly one of these special cards for free at the end of the game, but you'll notice that the icon here is going to match one of these decks of Pantheon cards. So we can see here it'll match this particular god here. So you'll draw some cards off the top here, and you'll look at them, and then you'll be able to then put these face down. Let's say we'll put Zeus out, and you're going to put that somewhere alongside the board, face down, in one of these slots. So if we take a look here, now these are going to be face down. They're not going to be purchasable until we go into the second age. But if we zoom in a little bit there, you can see there, it's going to be $8. You can kind of see there's a little white arrow pointing towards my opponent, and then $3 pointing towards me. So if I put this here, during the second age or later, I'm going to be able to purchase this for $3. It will cost my opponent $8. Now once we hit the second age, we will have revealed multiple cards will be in these different slots here. There'll be one final card that's always in here, and this is this doorway card. Whatever the last slot is that doesn't get filled up, we'll have this one. And then at the start of the second age, we'll reveal all the cards. This one allows you to pay twice the amount of money of the slot that it's at. You can see that there, and then you get to go through the deck of cards that didn't get seated in here and then play one of those cards. But again, you reveal all of these cards here like this, and these all have different cool special abilities. There's a ton of abilities here. So like that one will give you 12 bucks when you take it, for so on. And there's just a variety of different effects. So these are now accessible in the second age, and you can take that as your action. You don't have to discard a card, because normally, like in the game, you have to take a card, discard it for money, or discard it to build a wonder. This time you can just take the action, you pay the amount of gold, you take the card, and then you do whatever it says for its effect. Now the other thing that's going to happen is on some of the face down cards that are out in the second age, I'm not going to go set this up again, are going to be these. Now these, when you reveal these are going to give you a discount to activating these cards, and there's different amounts. So this one's $3. Let's see, another one here is $2, and I think the other one says $4. It says $4. Okay, so that'll be a discount in terms of playing those cards. And that's pretty much the main thrust of the game. I could go through all the different special abilities. I'm not going to do that, but so you have these come out. You have these tokens here, which are going to allow you to get the end game kind of level 3 cards here, possibly for free. And then you have some new tokens and things like new science tokens and new wonders that are going to come out. Like this one, for example, if you build this, you can immediately buy one of these for $2 cheaper. And then you get to take another turn. This one allows you to choose one of the different gods decks that are not in play and activate it for free, and then it's worth 2 points at the end of the game. And then you can just shuffle those in here with your old wonder cards as well. So that's pretty much all there is to it. Okay, so that is Seven Wonders Duel Pantheon. What do I think of the expansion? Well, I think if you're a big fan of Seven Wonders Duel, then you should get it. And that is pretty much a no-brainer statement of the year. But we have really come to grow and love Seven Wonders Duel, my lunch group. Get a chance to, whenever there's only 2 of us, this is the one we break out now. And enough of us have been playing it and getting to know it and kind of sort of unlocking those next layers of strategy and depth to the game, which there are. So it's been good. So this basically replaces the guilds and then adds a little bit more to it. It's definitely more interesting than the guilds, which, you know, kind of just like the guilds in Seven Wonders, the original game, where you get kind of extra points for all the stuff you were doing anyway, and they're fine. But I think this is going to be that sort of next level of game, and it really does add another layer of depth to kind of how you march up those pyramids and what you reveal and what you let your opponent have and all that kind of stuff, you know, based on how far military is and how much money's in the game and how broke they are, how broke you are, you know, that kind of stuff, what resources are available, all that kind of stuff kind of weighs in there. It gets very heady, and this really adds another layer on top of it. So if you are a big fan of Seven Wonders Duel, I would say no question, get this. I like it much, much better with the expansion. If you're not really a fan of Seven Wonders Duel, or maybe you never played it, I would probably just get the base game and then add this in a little bit later as you kind of, you know, get the game to that point where you really are a big fan of it. Because I think if you're kind of soft on Seven Wonders Duel, you know, or you're not sure about it, then let the expansion sit aside, because it does add sort of an additional layer of, maybe it would seem chaotic, I think, to somebody that wasn't already into the game. But certainly, you know, once you get it and you start to really like Seven Wonders Duel, then I think definitely, no question, make the next step and pick up the expansion. I've had a great time with it. I'll never play without it, except maybe if I were to teach somebody new. I certainly would, but then I would be like, come on, let's play the expansion, you know, after the first game or something. So anyway, that is the expansion. Thanks.